Well, if you listen closely, Coach, you can hear the jet skis roaring in the bay just a few miles north of where we sit at Lambeau Field. Just a beautiful late summer day in Wisconsin. No team means more to a city than the Packers to Green Bay, and this was the scene a few moments ago as the green and gold made their way out of the historic tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23. Make it the 24-yard line.
No, 319. Check.
They'll go with their leading rusher from a season ago. This is Aaron Jones. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, it's Jones. Give them 14 on that one and a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. The left side throw complete to Adams. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
No. 319. Check 55. Jump out. Watch the screen. Go. Mike, 55.
On 2nd and 7, Rodgers throwing the out route incomplete. It's Adams. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It's a first down on a gain of 10. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. The third year back from BYU, Jamal Williams with a carry. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
They're going to be stopped up on this first down run. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though.
Mike, 55. Check, 55. Hey, echo. It's our time, guys. Run. Mike, 55. Mike, 55. You're trapped. Yes. Hey, check Mike. Watch 55.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. He rifles one that's intercepted. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. There he goes left side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Touchdown, Minnesota.
Well, it was third down. Defensively, they were just hoping to make a play and get off the field, get their offense on. Instead, they did one better. Pick it off, take it into the end zone.
Well, they did what you said. They got off the field.
They're going to have to come right back on.
They're going to come right back on, but happily, right? They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they are going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you get the defensive touchdown early to give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, and we've had that conversation with them prior to the game, they always say, you know, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Buying time to his left. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
We got this.
Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Man, I got you. Man,
now they'll throw with Rodgers. That's caught by Geronimo Allison. 15 yards on the play. 1st down.
a gain of 15 yards. That's another Packers 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Here's Rodgers to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Adams. A big play there. Rodgers to Adams. 41 yards. Well, that didn't take very long. You mentioned you have to keep him under wraps. Avoid the big play is what you said, and here he makes one in the 1st quarter.
Yeah, you can't let this become a habit. Otherwise, you know what will happen? He'll flat out take over this game.
Now Jones. And a little bit of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're
trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Here's Dalvin Cook, 3rd year back from Florida State. And this will be a gain of right around 3 from the 7 out to the 10-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 10-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Returnable here for Davis. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And it'll be Packer football here, 1st down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And job 1 here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Rodgers now on 1st down. Open here is Allison. That's complete. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
26. 40's the mic. Here we go. Let's bring it. Hey, Zoo. Bring it.
Now it's Rodgers. Got a man. That's Allison. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Rodgers now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. From the shotgun to give to Jones. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
On 2nd and 2, Rodgers, and his throw's going to be incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Watch tight. Tight ends right. Watch tight.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Geronimo Allison, his first touchdown of the new season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Crosby connects on the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Yeah, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
They run again on first down. Cook. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Dean Lowry just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now?
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Davis now to return it. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Here's Rodgers. Going to throw again. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment. But here, he's one that has to absorb the contact. And as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Following the interception, Cousins. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And it's now 21-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive? He's got a man, complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 36 yards on the play. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
Get 300. Get 300.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Looking sideline, incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. But it's going to be 2nd down.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Hey, exit.
Now Rodgers to throw again. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half, a second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
And he finds Jimmy Graham. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
Hey, 626. Hey, Haywood.
Rodgers now on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Stephen Weatherly.
Up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead.
Wide, get wide. Check three.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary.
And we'll get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as his guys are back within a single score. Crosby with the extra point, and they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And, Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
And the Vikings first down.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And complete, right side to Cook. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy?
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Throw left side on target to Thielen. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. From the gun, here's Cousins. It's brought in by Dodson. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll run with Cook. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll run for it with Cook. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Dalvin Cook, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Barely got the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
He's got a man. That's caught left sideline. Give him 30 yards there.
It's a gain of 30. That's another Packers first down.
And into the red zone now. And Charles, they told us offense in the red zone was a focus this week in practice.
A huge priority, and the key was to get points. So you know that all the time during the week they talked about executing, taking care of the football, no big mistakes. Make sure they put points on the board and come out of it with that.
Rodgers now to throw. And this is caught at the 8. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
First down. First and goal at the 8-yard line.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Rodgers again now. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd and goal.
Harrison Smith on the coverage.
No move for the field goal unit. They're going to go here with 5 seconds left.
Get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
A final shot before half for Rodgers. Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Devontae Adams in the final seconds of the first half as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And they're within 7 now at 28-21. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter three? That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. To throw, Cousins. And he's got his man on the comebacker. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 16 yards, a first down.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
Packer pressure, and down he goes. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Here's Cousins. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 38-yard line. So the ball moves from one 38 to the other as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing is Cousins. And this will be caught inside the 10. What a grab. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Last play they went over 20 yards. This time they topped 30. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Cousins to throw it. Flush to his right. Touchdown, Minnesota. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Here's Jones. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
You better be afraid of me. You better 50 and you block over screen and you down.
On second down and 4, Rodgers. And this will be incomplete. physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Granted, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. From the gun on third down, Rodgers. He's got Adams on the hookup. 3rd and 4, he did just enough. I mean, just enough to move the chains.
And that's all you're looking for, right? Just want to keep the drive moving. You don't need the big play there. Just get to that marker that you described, and he was able to do just that.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Rodgers' throw is taken in by Jones. Give him 32 on the play.
Tell you what, partner, you get the football in his hands, just give him a little bit of open space. As we just saw, he can make you pay.
And he wasn't the top option there, but check down turned into first down and then some. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. From the gun, it's Rodgers. The quick slant caught, and he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Geronimo Allison with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game, as his guys are back within a single score. Crosby connects on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
Yards on the pickup brings up 2nd and 2 at the 34-yard line.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Cousins. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that that fell harmlessly to the ground. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Cousins. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Preston Smith comes in for the sack.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop it.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is make sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. On second down now, it's Jones looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down.
Check 37. Check 37. Run right. Hey, 88. 52, Mike, 52. Target. Hey, orbit.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. And that will be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Here's J.K. Scott now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this one hits at the one, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Cousins now. Dotson with a grab over the middle. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. Cousins now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. A give to Cook out of the gun. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Kenny Clark, the big D tackle there to make the stop. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, Cousins. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Watch left. Tight end to the left, out of your left.
To throw is Cousins. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Dean Lowry picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
Now Cousins. And that is incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Aaron Rodgers, 3 fourth-quarter comebacks last year. That's the most he's had in one season in his entire career, and he's going to need another one right now.
Right there in the middle, 55.
From the 44, Rodgers. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick, and it's 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
55, my God, 55.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
1st down, here's the run with Cook. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Again, it's Cook. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the 1st down as well. Big hook up there. Forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving. Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Throwing, Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance. I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Throwing again on 2nd down. Cousins. And this is Cook with a grab. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
Quit talking about it and wing it. Check safety, check safety. Bring it, 48.
3rd down, Dalvin Cook. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now. This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit. Bailey's kick is good. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. A big one there. That gives him a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game. Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And left side here, it's Graham. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To throw again on second down. Rodgers, a throw caught by Kumaro. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 15 yards on the play, first down. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
To throw is Rodgers. Flushed out right. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Well, both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
We want it. Come to my world.
On first down, Cook. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Cook following the penalty. Touchdown, Vikings! Dalvin Cook, 30 yards. And the Vikings capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6.
Things are rocking easy here in the fourth quarter. They've got to feel pretty good about this one. Actually, they've got to feel excellent. Tough loss in the opener. No way they wanted to go 0-2.
I don't want to read too much into it, but psychologically, is there something much bigger about 0-2 than 0-1?
Oh, without a doubt, and here's the biggest one. Guys like you and me, all the media, are going to talk about, well, you know how hard it is to make the playoffs when you start 0-2, and that starts to work its way through a team.
And now they're working towards 1-1. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Rodgers now throwing again, eluding the pressure right. Now a desperation. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A gain there of 30 big ones. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw again, Rodgers. He's going to let it fly. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And that one results in 35 yards. And that's now 2 big catches on this drive for him.
You know, the NFL keeps talking about the possibility of using video for coaching on the sidelines. That's not approved yet.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Anthony Barr comes rumbling in for the sack. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Rodgers going to throw. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. They've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on third and goal? Working from the gun, Rodgers. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
They go for it on fourth and goal, but that winds up incomplete. Trey Waynes, the Michigan State man, right there in coverage.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 4-yard line.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Minnesota, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.